Many people see Jesus as just like other religious leaders. Maybe he came for one culture, other leaders came for another culture. I'm going to quickly give you 5 things that are unique about Jesus Christ that differentiate him from any other religious leader. Number 1, Jesus made claims to be God. Whereas other leaders would say they were a prophet, a teacher, a guru, Jesus made claims to be the divine Son of God, the judge of the whole world, one with the Father. That he was the only way to God, that if you'd seen him, you had seen the Father. Jesus made claims that no one else ever made about being the divine Son of God, a Messiah, not simply a teacher, a guru, or a prophet. Secondly, Jesus backed them up with major miracles. I used to think that all the religious leaders did miracles. But besides those in the Bible, like for instance Moses in the Old Testament, and the apostles in the New Testament, in the Christian tradition, there really weren't other people did mighty miracles. Moses gave us a book, Muhammad gave us a book. Krishna won some wars. But Jesus did major miracles. One time when people were wondering, are you really the Messiah? And John the Baptist had sent his disciples to Jesus. In Matthew chapter 11, they asked, are you really the are you really the Messiah or not? And Jesus' answer was, go tell John what your eyes have seen. The lame walk, the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the dead are raised, the lepers are cleansed, and blessed are those who don't stumble over him. You see, Jesus Christ validated his message by his amazing miracles. The third thing about Jesus that is unique, he lived a sinless life. Whereas other great religious leaders really did some pretty heinous, nasty, naughty things, Jesus Christ never sinned. When he was at his trial, Pilate said, I find no guilt in this man. Judas, who betrayed him, threw money back in and said, I've sinned, for I've betrayed innocent blood. Those who knew him best, his disciples, said he was holy, innocent, undefiled, like a sacrificial lamb without blemish. He also was without sin, tempted in all things like us, but he was without sin. And this is important because it leads to the fourth distinctive of Jesus Christ, and that is he died for our sins. All these other great religious leaders, for the most part, just died natural deaths. They got old, they got sick, they may have gotten some kind of disease, and they died a natural death. Jesus Christ, at age 33, voluntarily went to the cross where he was crucified, he is executed for our sins. And the Bible, so his unique death, it was not a martyr's death. It was a sacrificial death, an atoning death, in which he gave his life for us. He was an innocent sacrifice, bearing the punishment for the sins that we who are guilty have committed. Jesus died for our sins. No one else has offered himself as a sacrifice for you in that way. And then finally, what distinguishes Jesus is all the other great religious leaders, they're still in their tombs unless they were cremated or something like that. But Jesus Christ, 3 days after his death, physically, bodily, rose from the dead. It's not just a myth, it's not just a story, and it's not just he rose spiritually, but he physically, bodily rose and presented himself alive to his followers. This is how we know that what he did was accepted by God, because God the Father raised him from the dead. So Jesus is unique because no other religious leader, no other person I know of, claimed to be God, backed it up with mighty miracles, lived a sinless life, and yet voluntarily died for our sins and then rose from the dead. This is what sets Jesus Christ apart and makes him totally unique.